Welcome back to the channel Wisdom of Stoicism. Have you ever been in a situation where someone embarrassed you in front of everyone? Maybe it was a joke at your expense, a harsh comment, or a moment where they made you feel small while others laughed. It stings. It makes you question yourself. But here's the truth: when people humiliate you, it says more about them than it does about you. Some do it to feel powerful. Others do it because they're jealous. And some just crave attention, even at your expense. But no matter the reason, you don't have to be a victim. Stoicism teaches us how to remain calm, unshaken, and in control, even when people try to tear us down. And today, we're diving deep into 6 hidden reasons why people humiliate you in front of others, and how you can handle it like a true Stoic. So stay with me until the end, because I'll share one powerful mindset shift that will make sure no one can ever embarrass you again. Let's get started. Number 1. The insecure dominator. Have you ever been in a conversation where someone constantly tries to one-up you? No matter what you say, they always have a better story, a smarter opinion, or a way to make you feel small. Maybe it's a coworker in a meeting, a so-called friend in a group setting, or even a family member at the dinner table. You share something you're proud of, and they immediately try to outshine you. Or worse, they throw in a sarcastic remark that makes everyone laugh at your expense. This kind of person is what I call the insecure dominator. They don't insult you because they're strong. They do it because they're weak. Deep down, they feel small. But instead of working on themselves, they try to shrink others. Their goal is simple: control the room, look important, and make you feel powerless. And here's the mistake most people make. They take the bait. They get defensive. They argue. They try to prove themselves. And guess what? That's exactly what the insecure dominator wants. They thrive on your reaction because it makes them feel in control. But here's what the Stoics teach us. If anyone can provoke you, realize that your mind is complicit in the provocation. Epictetus. In other words, if they succeed in making you mad, you let them win. So, how do you handle this? How do you stop an insecure dominator from humiliating you? First, stay completely calm. They expect you to react emotionally. They expect you to get flustered. When you don't, it throws them off. A simple, controlled, interesting perspective can instantly neutralize their attempt to dominate. Second, master the power of silence. You don't have to respond to every insult. Sometimes, the best reaction is no reaction at all. If they crack a joke about you and you just smile and say nothing, the awkward silence will make them feel uncomfortable. Third, flip the script. If someone tries to embarrass you in front of others, casually ask them, "Why do you feel the need to say that?" Now the attention shifts to them. Suddenly, they have to explain their behavior. Because here's the truth. Confident people don't humiliate others. Only insecure people do. And the moment you recognize that, their words lose all power over you. Number 2. The social climber. Have you ever had someone in your life who seems like they're always trying to put you down, especially when other people are around? Maybe they make little jokes about your appearance, your ideas, or your mistakes, all while trying to make themselves look better in front of everyone. Feels like they're not really a friend, right? Well, that's exactly what a social climber does. These are the people who seek approval from others at your expense. They'll make you the joke to seem funnier, or they'll belittle your achievements just to look superior. The goal? To elevate themselves in the eyes of the people around them. But here's the thing, it has nothing to do with you. It's all about their need for attention and validation. They want to climb the social ladder, and they think stepping on you will get them to the top. They might laugh it off like it's no big deal, but trust me, their actions are a reflection of their own insecurities. Now, here's how to handle it, Stoic style. First, understand that their behavior is driven by insecurity. A Stoic would remind you that it's not your job to fix them. They're seeking something from you that you don't need to give. So, the next time someone makes you the punchline of a joke or tries to embarrass you to look better, just take a deep breath. Don't let them rattle you. You see, their goal is to get a reaction out of you, whether it's anger, embarrassment, or frustration. But the true power is in remaining calm and unshaken. You don't have to stoop to their level. Simply respond with a lighthearted comment, like, "That's an interesting perspective." Keep it simple and neutral. You're not trying to win their approval, and you're definitely not letting their insecurities affect your peace of mind. In fact, the most powerful thing you can do is silence. When you refuse to engage in their drama, you stop giving them the attention they crave. If they notice that you aren't reacting, they'll realize their little tactic isn't working, and it's likely they'll move on. But sometimes, if you feel it's necessary, you can address it directly. Have a quiet word with them like, "I noticed you made a comment earlier. Can we talk about that?" Not in an angry way, but in a calm, clear tone. Let them know you don't appreciate being the butt of their jokes. You don't have to be rude, just firm and respectful. At the end of the day, don't forget this key lesson from Stoicism. What other people think of you is none of your business. Their need to put you down says more about them than it does about you. So stand tall, be confident, and keep moving forward. People like this won't be able to stop you unless you let them. Number 3. The power seeker. Have you ever had a boss or someone in authority embarrass you in front of others, just to make themselves look stronger? Maybe they belittled your efforts in a meeting or pointed out your mistakes to show that they're in charge. It feels uncomfortable, doesn't it? But what if I told you that these moments, while tough, can teach us something powerful, something that Stoic philosophy understands deeply? In Stoicism, we're taught that true strength doesn't come from putting others down. Real power lies in how you carry yourself, no matter what others try to do. When someone tries to humiliate you in public, they're not showing strength, they're showing weakness. They want control. They want to make you feel small so that they feel bigger. But here's the thing, you don't have to give them that power. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, wrote, "The best revenge is not to be like your enemy." What does that mean? When someone tries to humiliate you, the best way to respond is not with anger, frustration, or a comeback. It's by staying calm and showing that their actions don't affect you. When faced with humiliation, your first instinct might be to react, shout back, defend yourself, or even feel embarrassed. But that's exactly what they want. They want you to lose your composure. So what if you didn't? What if you simply remained calm, acknowledged their words, and moved on? That is the power of Stoic wisdom. Your calm is your strength. Think about it. A boss tries to humiliate you in front of your colleagues, maybe by criticizing your work or making a sarcastic remark. The room falls silent, and all eyes turn to you. It's uncomfortable. The typical reaction is to feel defensive or even angry, but that's exactly what they want. They want to see if they can provoke you, make you lose control so they can feel superior. But imagine if you didn't take the bait. Instead of reacting in anger, you could simply acknowledge the comment with grace. "I appreciate your feedback. I'll definitely work on that." Keep your tone calm, your demeanor unaffected, and watch how their power over you crumbles. The room may expect you to lash out or show frustration, but when you don't, you remain in control. You've disarmed them. Silence is powerful. It shows that you are not dependent on anyone else's opinion of you to feel confident. It shows that you can handle the situation with dignity, something that no cheap humiliation can take away. The Stoics believe that external events, like the words or actions of others, have no power over us unless we allow them to. If you choose to stay calm, you've already won. The power seeker who tried to make you feel small will be left with nothing but their own insecurity. It's important to remember that humiliation in front of others says more about them than it does about you. People who feel the need to tear others down often do so because they feel powerless themselves. They believe that putting you down somehow lifts them up. But the truth is, they're not strong, they're weak. Real strength doesn't need to belittle others to feel powerful. So, next time you find yourself in a situation where someone in authority tries to humiliate you, take a deep breath. Remember your Stoic training. Stay calm, respond with grace, and realize that they can't take your power unless you let them. Number 4. The jealous underminer. Have you ever experienced that awkward moment when you achieve something significant? Maybe a promotion, a new project, or a personal milestone, and instead of receiving congratulations, someone undermines your success? They might make a sarcastic remark, downplay your accomplishment, or even try to make you feel bad for achieving it in the first place. Stings, doesn't it? This is a classic sign of jealousy, and unfortunately, it's something we all face at some point. But here's the hard truth. When people behave like this, it's not about you at all. It's all about them. Jealousy is one of the most toxic emotions a person can harbor. And the person who is jealous doesn't want to see others succeed, especially if they feel left behind or threatened. In their eyes, your success shines a spotlight on their own insecurities. They may not even realize it, but they're trying to pull you down to their level to make themselves feel better. So why do they humiliate you in front of others? Why do they feel the need to belittle your hard-earned success? The answer lies in the psychology of comparison. When someone sees you excel, they begin to measure their own worth against yours, and if they feel inferior, they react by trying to diminish your success. By making you feel small, they think they can elevate their own sense of value. Now, I know that feeling of frustration. It's easy to want to lash out, to tell them off, or even to let their comments affect your mood. But here's where Stoic philosophy can come to your rescue. The Stoics teach us that we are in control of our reactions, not other people's actions. When someone humiliates you or tries to make you feel less than you are, it's a reflection of their inner turmoil, not your worth. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, had a simple but powerful principle. The opinion of others is none of my business. When someone undermines you out of jealousy, their opinion doesn't define who you are. In fact, it reveals more about them than it does about you. So how do you handle this type of person, especially when they humiliate you in front of others? First, recognize it for what it is, a desperate cry for validation. The jealous person is looking for some way to cope with their own insecurities. And by humiliating you, they are hoping to feel better about themselves. The Stoic approach? Don't take it personally. Easier said than done, right? But truly, their behavior is about them, not you. Instead of getting upset, remind yourself that you don't need external validation to know your worth. You've achieved something great, and that's enough. When faced with a jealous underminer, the best response is often silence. A calm, composed demeanor shows that you are unaffected by their attempt to bring you down. And when you don't react the way they expect, it strips away their power. Think of it like this. They're trying to provoke you into a reaction, but when you refuse to play the game, you win. If the situation calls for it, you can also address it directly, but in a non-confrontational way. You could say something like, I understand that not everyone celebrates success the same way, but I'm proud of what I've accomplished. This sets a boundary without attacking the other person. It shows confidence, maturity, and self-respect. In the end, remember that you're not responsible for other people's emotions, especially when they choose to tear you down. Stoicism teaches us that what others think or say cannot harm us unless we let it. Your success is yours to celebrate, and no one can take that away from you, unless you give them permission to. So, next time a jealous underminer tries to humiliate you, take a deep breath, stay calm, and remember, their behavior reflects their insecurity, not your worth. You've got this. Number 5, the attention seeker. It's a situation we've all experienced at some point. You're in a room full of people and someone makes a joke at your expense. It's not funny. In fact, it's humiliating. But the room laughs, and you feel all eyes turn to you, waiting for your reaction. The truth is, this is exactly what the attention seeker wants. These people thrive on being the center of attention, and they'll go to great lengths to get it. They want the spotlight, and they don't mind embarrassing others to get it. Whether it's in a group of friends, at a work event, or even in a casual setting, their primary goal is to make themselves the focus. But here's the thing. When someone humiliates you for the sake of a laugh or to make themselves look better, they're not doing it because of something wrong with you. They're doing it because they feel small and need others to lift them up. It's their way of compensating for their own insecurities. Now, imagine you're at that party, and someone cracks a joke about you. Everyone laughs, but deep down, you're fuming. The sting of embarrassment lingers. You feel like you've been put on the spot, like they've exposed your vulnerability. But let me ask you, what happens when you don't react? What happens when you don't let their joke shake your confidence? It's powerful, isn't it? Because here's the secret. When you stay calm, when you don't give them the satisfaction of seeing you uncomfortable, you deflate their power. They lose their audience. The joke falls flat. And in that moment, you've taken back control. Now, let's be real here. It's not always easy. Silence is tough, especially when everyone is laughing. Feels awkward. Feels like you should say something, anything, to save face. But remember, Stoics believed that external events don't control us. Our reactions do. A simple, calm response can work wonders. For example, you might just smile and say, "Wow, that's an interesting sense of humor you've got there," and leave it at that. The key is not to engage in their game. Don't get defensive. Don't try to prove them wrong. Just let the moment pass without feeding into their need for attention. But there's something even more powerful than a response. Silence. When they throw that joke out and you don't say anything at all, you show that their words have no power over you. Silence makes them feel uncomfortable. It's as if the energy they were hoping to get from you simply vanishes. In those moments, their need for attention falls apart. And here's the real win. By not reacting emotionally, you become the one in control of the situation. You've flipped the script. Instead of feeling humiliated, you've shown them that their words mean nothing to you. So, the next time someone tries to make you the punchline of their joke, remember, you don't have to play along. You don't need to prove anything to them. Your calm and composed response, or better yet, your silence, will make sure they never get the reaction they were hoping for. In the end, you're the one who holds the power. Number 6. The manipulator. Have you ever had someone in your life who just couldn't seem to stop trying to control you? Maybe they would make little comments or do things that made you question your own reality. They might humiliate you in subtle ways, just enough to make you doubt yourself, but not enough that you could easily call them out. You start second-guessing your actions, your thoughts, even your worth. It's confusing, isn't it? This is what we call a manipulator. A manipulator is someone who seeks to control or influence others, often by making them feel small, inferior, or wrong. They don't do this openly. Instead, they use subtle tactics like sarcasm, guilt-tripping, or even pretending to be concerned about your well-being to get inside your head. They might humiliate you in ways that feel almost like a joke, but the sting is real. They want you to feel like you're the one in the wrong, like you're the one who's flawed or unworthy. You might have experienced this in a relationship, whether it's with a friend, family member, or even a partner. They might make you feel like you can't trust your own thoughts, and you start to feel like maybe you're the problem. You find yourself apologizing for things you didn't even do, or adjusting your behavior just to avoid their criticism. The worst part is that it often feels like they're doing it out of love or concern, but it's really about control. This type of behavior can be incredibly harmful. It can leave you feeling isolated, powerless, and constantly on edge. But here's the truth. Stoicism can teach us how to deal with this kind of person without letting them tear us down. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and one of Stoicism's greatest teachers, reminds us that our thoughts and reactions are ours to control. If someone tries to manipulate you or humiliate you, remember this. You don't have to engage. You don't have to let their words or actions control your emotional state. Stoics believe in controlling what's within our power and letting go of what's not. In this case, it's the manipulator's behavior that's out of your control, but your response to it is not. Here's the key to handling manipulators. Don't let them define your worth. The moment you start questioning yourself based on their words is the moment you've allowed them to win. Instead, be clear with yourself about your values, your strengths, and your self-worth. A manipulator might try to tear you down, but you don't have to let them succeed. When you find yourself in these situations, the best thing you can do is remain calm and composed. The manipulator is looking for a reaction, so don't give them one. Stoicism teaches us that silence is often more powerful than words. If they make a comment meant to belittle you, don't argue. Don't try to defend yourself. Simply respond with confidence, or better yet, say nothing at all. Your calmness will disturb them, because manipulators thrive on getting under your skin. Also, trust your instincts. If someone is consistently trying to manipulate you, It's not a sign of weakness to distance yourself from them. In fact, it's a sign of strength. You are worthy of respect, and if someone repeatedly humiliates or undermines you, they don't deserve your energy. It's okay to walk away. It's okay to say, "I'm not engaging with this anymore." Remember, the Stoics teach us to value our inner peace over external validation. People who try to manipulate and humiliate you are projecting their own issues. It's not about you, it's about their need for control. Keep your peace. Don't let them take that away. In the end, when you learn to handle manipulators with Stoic wisdom, you become unshakable. You stop reacting to their tactics and start living life on your own terms. And that's the ultimate form of empowerment. So, the next time you find yourself in a situation where someone is trying to humiliate you or control your emotions, remember to keep your cool. Trust in your worth and always remain the master of your mind. Before we wrap up, I want to hear from you. Have you ever been humiliated in front of others? How did it make you feel and how did you handle it? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to know how you've dealt with these situations in your own life. And if this video gave you some valuable insights, don't forget to hit that like button. It really helps the channel grow and reach more people who need to hear this wisdom. If you haven't already, subscribe and turn on the notifications so you never miss out on more practical tips and Stoic lessons that can change the way you live. We're building a community here, and we'd love for you to be part of it. Thanks for watching, and remember, the power to stay calm, collected, and confident is always within you.